If you've ever finished a webinar that nobody bought from, you know the feeling. It's likely because you're not bad at sales. It's that you're making a key mistake that most well-intentioned experts make when delivering a sales presentation. And in this video, I want to expose that big mistake and show you 3 fixes so that you share the right type of content for your sales presentations and webinars. And so what is this big mistake, this thing that you need to fix first if you're going to have success? You want everything to be valuable, you do. You want to delight people, but you want people to take you up on your offer. And it's an insidious mistake most well-intentioned experts make, and it is this: over-teaching the wrong type of content. Sharing nice to know content, thinking if you give people enough value that they'll hire you, and that's rarely the case. People either leave with more questions than they came with, or they feel satisfied and they're off to go, quote unquote, try it themselves and get back to you. And they never do, right? And so if you want to delight and excite people while at the same time getting people to take you up on your offer, you want to install these 3 sections, these 3 content strategies into your presentation so that, again, you give value and get clients, okay? So let's start with the first one. We don't want to overteach. We want to deliver the right type of content. The first thing we want to do in the start of our presentation, let's say in an hour-long presentation, the first 15 to 20 minutes, we want to do what is called framing the opportunity. Framing the opportunity. You want to position your sales presentation not as a bunch of random tips, but as showing them a new, compelling, exciting opportunity. Okay? So we want to obviously build some intrigue early, and we want to share what I call the 3 Ds. We want to talk about their desires. We want to talk about their difficulties in getting to those desires. And we want to seed a discovery, a new opportunity that is your method, your process, your program. How you get your clients' results needs to be positioned as a delightful, intriguing discovery during the early parts of your presentation, okay? Most people, they just start with a boring bio and an about me section and jump right into teaching without properly setting the stage. And this is a huge mistake that people make. They just start over teaching right out the gate, not what you want to do. First 15 to 20 minutes, we want to frame the opportunity. We want to set the stage, okay? Now, the second part of our sales presentation is what I call showing the opportunity. We want to show them. Once they fully understand the context of the new opportunity, what we're talking about here today, we want to show them without overteaching. This is a danger spot. Don't overteach here. We want to show them what I call your roadmap to results. Now, your roadmap to results are really like the 3 sexiest keys to success that your prospective buyer would need to believe in and buy into in order to do the new opportunity, which is your program, okay? And so we share a roadmap to results, which is usually like a 3 to no more than 5-part framework that highlights these keys to success, okay? So there's usually a first, a second, a third, in some cases a 4th and 5th. And so as we're sharing each of these steps or elements or keys to success in your roadmap, we want to talk about a few key things. We want to talk about what each step is, so we want to define it, why it's important. We want to share a lot of context, what's involved at a very, very high level. And then we want to share an example or a case story, a demonstration of some kind to wow them a bit around that thing. We want to do what's called a wow demonstration while we're walking people through our roadmap. And so there's a lot of nuance to that, but that's the idea of what you're wanting to go for there. And then you would repeat that process 3 to 5 times. What it is, why it's important, what's involved, share an example, a case story, a wow demonstration, something that gets them excited about the method that you have discovered, okay? If you have a piece of software or something visual, you could visually show something strategically to wow them. That's what I do with my AI tools. I have an AI tool called Webby. You can check the link in the description to check that out. But we want to wow them during this showing the opportunity section with this roadmap section, okay? So those are the things we walk through there. We don't just teach random tips. We show them the opportunity. We show them the opportunity in a strategic way that wows and excites them and gets them to see, wow, I can see how this can help me and I want this. That's what we're going for. Now, the third part of this is what I call showing the opportunity. So we frame the opportunity, we've showed the opportunity, now we're going to offer them the opportunity. Sorry, I misspoke there. We're going to offer them the opportunity is the third step. The third step is offering the opportunity. And this is where we actually offer to help them walk that path that we just showed them to success, okay? And there's really two kinds of offerings here. The first one is to book a call with you. Could be to speak to you after the presentation is over, okay? Now, this is a common call to action if you're selling a service or a coaching program or something like that, okay? Higher trust, higher dollar. You're not going to just put a buy button on the screen. You're going to have them book a conversation with you afterwards. And so when we're showing the opportunity here, we want to make sure to frame that conversation after the webinar in a positive light. We want to position it as what I like to call a complementary, valuable next step. Okay, so we want to name the call something attractive, and we want to have a few resources or bonus items that go around that call to incentivize them to take that call as the logical next step. Okay, that is vital for success in getting more people to take you up on your call to action. Okay, now the other one is what I call direct selling, where you're going to sell something directly, usually under a couple $1,000s. And so there's a formula to follow here. I'll go through some of that here on this video, okay? So the first thing we want to do is share the name of our program. Then we want to share the big outcome. Give me 6 weeks and you'll get this outcome without these things. We want to start with the big outcome. And then we want to talk about the big benefits of attending, okay? Big benefits. Before we talk about features, we talk about benefits. This is, again, your core offer. Then we do touch on the feature. People do want to know how it's delivered. Is it online? Are there any dates? What are the big idea elements? They're going to get access to a learning portal or to you or to an AI tool. People do want to know kind of how it's delivered very briefly, okay? Then I'll usually share the price. If it's a $2,000 to $1,000 offer, I'll share the price right after I position the core offer. And then we come behind that with bonuses or resources that solve problems for them. And then end with a fast action bonus if this is a live webinar, and then a call to action of where to sign up. Okay, then we answer some questions, share some case studies, testimonials, and another call to action. Okay, that is the flow that I use for that direct selling type of presentation when I'm offering the opportunity. Okay, so many of us make the mistake of how we position our content. If you'll follow these 3 elements and position your webinar this way, you can avoid the overteaching. You can still delight. We want everything we do to be valuable, but get more clients because there's now a new opportunity that they weren't aware of before for them to take you up on. That is the key ingredient there. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to get access to my brand new AI tool, Webby, that will literally write your sales presentation for you in minutes, check the link in the description down below for more details and see it in action down there. I'm really excited about it. There really isn't a more powerful tool than nailing a one-to-many sales presentation for your business. Check it out down below. That's it for this video. I look forward to making another one for you soon. Feel free to leave a comment or a question down below if you have one. Otherwise, there's another video likely around my head somewhere you can watch to continue the learning, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.